you ever wondered why some people grow older with a light heart and a peaceful smile, while others seem to carry invisible weights that make every year feel heavier? The truth is, happiness in your 70s and 80s isn't about what you gain. It's about what you're willing to let go of. Most people don't realize this, but the habits, grudges, and regrets we cling to can silently drain our joy, energy, and even shorten the years we have left. And here's the surprising part. Once you release these hidden burdens, life doesn't just feel easier, it can actually feel better than it has in decades.
In this video, we're going to uncover the 10 powerful things you must let go of in old age if you want freedom, joy, and peace of mind. Some of them are obvious, others may shock you, but each one has the power to change the way you experience the years ahead. So let's begin. 1. Let go of comparing yourself to others. Comparison is one of the heaviest emotional weights we carry, even in our later years. By your 70s or 80s, your story is uniquely your own, filled with decades of choices, triumphs, losses, and experiences that no one else could ever replicate. Yet many older adults still fall into the trap of measuring their lives against their neighbors, friends, or even their siblings. Take Robert, 78. For years, every time he saw his neighbor drive a new car, he felt a sting of inadequacy. He wondered if he had failed, if his own life fell short. But eventually, Robert discovered something priceless: the laughter he shared with his grandchildren, the warm conversations over breakfast with his wife, and the memories of family vacations were treasures far richer than any shiny possession. When you let go of comparison, your eyes finally open to what's already in your life. Gratitude takes root, and with it comes peace. Remember, no one else has lived your journey. When you embrace your path fully, others are drawn to your quiet confidence, and that's the kind of happiness no money can buy. 2. Let go of regrets about the past. Regret is like a heavy chain, dragging you backward and keeping you from enjoying today. Many older adults replay old mistakes, missed opportunities, words they wish they hadn't said, dreams they never chased. The truth? The past is unchangeable, but your present is alive and waiting. Helen, 81, spent decades mourning the fact that she never pursued painting. She told herself it was too late, that she had missed her chance. Then one day she picked up a small canvas and painted for her grandchildren. What started as a timid hobby grew into a source of daily joy. She realized it was never too late to create beauty. Letting go of regret doesn't mean erasing your past. It means honoring it, learning from it, and refusing to let it steal your future. Every wrinkle, every scar, every memory proves you've lived fully. What matters most now is not the pages already written, but the chapters you can still create. 3. Let go of toxic relationships. By the time you reach your later years, your energy is gold. It should never be wasted on people who drain, criticize, or manipulate you. Yet many older adults continue to maintain toxic relationships out of habit, obligation, or fear of being alone. But staying connected to negativity only robs you of peace. Thomas, 77, had a routine of meeting old friends at a diner every Saturday. But instead of leaving energized, he always walked away feeling heavier. The conversations full of gossip, bitterness, and complaints. Finally, Thomas chose to step away. He started spending more time with his neighbor, a retired teacher, who shared positivity, encouragement, and humor. The difference in his mood was night and day. Letting go of toxic people isn't about cruelty, it's about self-respect. The people around you should lift you up,
not drag you down. Protecting your joy means protecting your circle. When you do, you'll find space for genuine, uplifting relationships that make your days brighter.
4. Let go of the need to control everything. One of the hardest lessons in life is realizing you cannot control every outcome. As we get older, the temptation to micromanage grows, calling children too often, worrying about grandchildren, stressing over health or finances. But control is an illusion, and clinging to it only creates anxiety. Mary, 80, used to call her adult son 3 times a day, asking if he'd eaten, paid bills, or taken his vitamins. It wasn't love she was giving him, it was her own fear of losing control. When she finally allowed him to live his life, something magical happened. Her shoulders relaxed, her heart calmed, and she felt freer than she had in years. Letting go of control isn't surrender, it's trust. Trust in yourself, trust in the people you love, trust in life itself. You've spent decades gaining wisdom. Now it's time to rest in that wisdom and enjoy the serenity it brings.
5. Let go of clutter and excess possessions. Your home should be your sanctuary, not a storage unit for decades of unused items. But many seniors find themselves living among piles of belongings, objects that no longer bring joy, but instead create stress and even safety hazards. Richard, 76, once had closets stuffed with clothes he hadn't worn in years, and boxes filled with old gadgets and papers. Every corner of his home felt heavy. But when he began slowly donating, gifting, and decluttering, something surprising happened. His home felt bigger, brighter, and calmer. Even his mind felt clearer. Decluttering isn't about erasing memories. It's about deciding which objects still hold meaning and letting go of the rest. By surrounding yourself only with what brings peace, you make your daily life easier, safer, and more joyful. At this stage, your home should reflect simplicity, warmth, and love, not the weight of unnecessary possessions.
6. Let go of grudges and bitterness. Bitterness is poison. Holding on to old anger or hurt may feel justified, but it only eats away at your happiness. Many older adults spend years replaying arguments or betrayals, but in the end, the only person hurt is themselves. Evelyn, 79, hadn't spoken to her sister for over 20 years because of a family dispute. Holidays felt empty, birthdays lonelier, and the silence became more painful than the original fight. When she finally reached out, not to forget, but to forgive, she described the experience as having 100-pound stone lifted from her chest. Forgiveness doesn't mean you excuse the past. It means you choose freedom. Studies show forgiveness lowers stress, improves sleep, and even benefits heart health. At this stage of life, every day is too precious to waste on resentment. Let go and let peace fill the space bitterness once held. 7. Let go of unhealthy habits. Your body is your most loyal companion. How you treat it determines how freely you can enjoy life in your later years. Yet, many seniors cling to unhealthy routines, skipping meals, staying up late, sitting too long, or indulging in sugary snacks. Harold, 74, had fallen into that exact trap. He often stayed up until midnight, snacked on sweets, and rarely exercised. His mornings were sluggish, his joints stiff, his days short. But when he started small, taking short walks, swapping desserts for fruit, and going to bed earlier, he noticed profound changes. His energy returned, his mood lifted, and for the first time in years, he felt hopeful. Letting go of unhealthy habits isn't about perfection. It's about small, consistent choices that add years to your life, and life to your years. Every good habit you build is a promise of freedom and vitality. 8. Let go of negative self-talk. The voice in your head matters. When you constantly tell yourself, "I'm too old," or "I'm a burden," it chips away at your spirit. Over time, this quiet negativity shapes your reality. Caroline, 82, often caught herself criticizing her looks, her age, and her worth. She didn't even realize how much it dimmed her joy. But when she made the choice to replace those harsh thoughts with words of kindness, reminding herself of her wisdom, her love, and her resilience, something amazing happened. Her family noticed, she smiled more, spoke more confidently, and carried herself with new lightness. Positive self-talk isn't denial, it's self-respect. Treat yourself with the same compassion you've given others. When you do, you reclaim your dignity and renew your joy in living. 9. Let go of financial stress. Money worries don't magically disappear with age. In fact, many older adults find themselves obsessing over every expense or regretting what they didn't save. But constant financial anxiety doesn't protect your future, it only steals your present. Leonard, 80, used to pore over his bills every night, stressing about the smallest changes in his investments. He spent hours worrying, but gained nothing. Eventually, he created a simple budget, stuck to it, and decided to trust that what he had was enough. The relief he felt was life-changing. Suddenly, he had time and energy for dinners with friends, hobbies he had postponed, and afternoons in the garden. Letting go of financial fear doesn't mean ignoring responsibility. It means finding balance, focusing on stability, gratitude, and trust. Money should support your life, not control it. Let go of fear of the future. Perhaps the most invisible burden of all is fear. Fear of illness, of losing independence, of not knowing how many years remain. But fear doesn't prevent hardship. It only steals the joy of today. Gloria, 83, spent sleepless nights imagining every possible health crisis. The more she worried, the more exhausted she became. Eventually, she shifted her focus. Each morning, she listed 3 blessings: the song of birds, the warmth of sunlight, the laughter of her great-grandchildren. Slowly, fear lost its grip. Letting go of fear doesn't mean ignoring reality. It means trusting yourself to handle what comes, while choosing to live fully in the present. And presence, the ability to enjoy this moment, is what truly makes life rich.
So here we are. 10 things that quietly weigh us down, and 10 ways to lighten your heart, your home, and your spirit. At 70, 80, or beyond, the secret to joy is not in clinging tightly, but in letting go. Imagine your life when regrets no longer haunt you, when toxic people no longer drain you, when clutter no longer overwhelms you. Imagine a life filled with peace, laughter, and gratitude for the simple beauty of each day. That's the gift of letting go. Now I'd love to hear from you. Which of these 10 burdens spoke to you the most? Which one are you ready to release today? Share your answer in the comments below. I read every single one, and your words inspire us all. If you found this video helpful, please like, subscribe, and turn on the bell so you don't miss any of our upcoming content. Your support means the world to us. It helps us keep creating content that informs, uplifts, and inspires. Thank you so much for spending your time with us. Here's to a lighter, freer, and more joyful life ahead. We'll see you in the next video.